Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the Combat Patrol magazine and the total value inside. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. So if we go over to the warhammercombatpatrol.hatchetpartwork.com website, we're going to see that when you get there, you're going to have an option to choose UK, which is where the Combat Patrol magazine is currently available. There's also a box down here you can select USA. It's going to take you over to the website usa.warhammercombatpatrol.com. You're going to have an option to enter in your email address down here and sign up for the email that you'll receive when this is available in the United States. Now, this went live in the UK in August, and in the past we've seen about a 6 to 8 month delay from when it goes live in the UK to when it comes to the USA. So my guess is that it's going to be available in the United States somewhere around like February to April. So we're going to go ahead and break down everything inside the Combat Patrol magazine, figure out exactly how much it's worth and whether it's worth us picking up here in the United States. So if you're not familiar with the Combat Patrol magazine subscription, it is going to be 90 issues, one per week for about 2 years, but they're actually going to ship to you in groups of 4. So you're going to get 1 shipment per month with 4 issues per shipment. You'll have 2 options for the subscription, your standard subscription, and then also a premium subscription, which is going to cost a little bit more, but you're going to get some extra bonus items. So the regular subscription is going to be a total of 9 Combat Patrols. Here in the United States, they are $168 each. You're going to get the Aeldari Combat Patrol, the Leagues of Votann, Astra Militarum, Orks, World Eaters, Heretic Astartes, Genestealer Cults, Tyranids, and Adeptus Astartes. And if we total up the value of those 9 Combat Patrols, it is $1,512. It's also worth note that some of those Combat Patrols are the older style Combat Patrols, so some of them are not even available anymore, which means that they're going to have a little bit more value than just your sticker price. And not only are these Combat Patrols viable to be played in Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol, with existing rules for all of them, but they're also a great start to these various armies for Warhammer 40,000 Big 40k. And then also alongside the actual models in the subscription set, you're going to get some subscription extras as well. So you're going to get a total of 31 paints, which will allow you to paint up everything in your Combat Patrols. You're going to get what looks like 1 technical paint, 4 shades, 9 contrast paints, 2 metallics, and then 15 base and layer paints. For a total of 31 paints. You're also going to get 4 paint brushes, 1 base brush, 1 layer brush, 1 shade brush, and 1 dry brush. You're also going to get a set of clippers and a mold line remover. In addition to your tools and hobby supplies, you're also going to get 1 Warhammer 40,000 mug, and then a Combat Patrol binder that's going to be able to put all of your actual magazines in. Now, the magazines, from what we've seen in the past, are essentially everything from assembly guides, painting guides, and then also rules to help you learn the game. You're going to get a couple other extras as well, like a gaming mat and some various other bonus items. If we total up the MSRP value of all those items, it's going to come out to roughly $228.15 in hobby supplies. With your Combat Patrol subscription, you're also going to get an expansion unit for each of the Combat Patrols, included for no extra cost. So for the Genestealer Cults, we have our Adelan Jackals for $62.50. For the Orks, we have the Boomdaka Snazwagon for $60. The Chaos or World Eaters Mauler Fiend for $84. You're going to get the Tyranid Parasite of Mortex for $42. The Leagues of Votann Hearthguard for $62.50. The Aeldari Wraithguard for $62.50. And then we have Heretic Astartes or World Eater Terminators for $62.50. And then the Adeptus Astartes Chaplain on Bike for $58. Alongside those, we're also going to get a couple of bonus miniatures. The Adeptus Astartes Limited Edition Company Champion for $42. Adeptus Astartes Infernus Sergeant for roughly $30. And that's going to give us a total value for the extras of $566. And then alongside those extras, we're going to have some premium extras. Now, these will only be included if you purchase the premium subscription for a few extra dollars per issue. So we have for the Adeptus Astartes, the Redemptor Dreadnought for $79. We have the Tyranid Hive Tyrant, who can also be built as the Swarm Lord or Flying Hive Tyrant for $62.50. We have the Heretic Astartes or World Eaters Demon Prince for $84. We have the Aeldari Howling Banshees for $62.50. We have the Orks Killicons for $62.50. We have the Leagues of Votann Thunderkin for $60. We have the Astra Militarum Rogaldorn for $105. And then we also have the Genestealer Cult Brood Coven for $70. So the total of the premium subscription models that's included is $585.50. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, CMO Games. CMO Games carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, paint, terrain, tools, and more. They take pre-orders for most Games Workshop new releases as early as possible, usually 12:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CMO Games offers 15% off of MSRP for most all Games Workshop products and offer fast free shipping to the continental United States on orders over $50. Most orders ship out within 24 hours. You know their customer service is top-notch as they've been selling games online for over 20 years. Use the affiliate link below and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. So if we just total up all of the items included in the subscription value, assuming you purchase the premium subscription, you're going to have $1,512 in the base subscription. You're going to have $566 in extra models included. You're going to have all your subscription extras and modeling supplies for $228.15. And then assuming you purchase the premium subscription, the extras come out to $585.50. So this is going to give us a total subscription value of $2,892. So quite a lot of miniatures and hobby supplies. You're going to have 9 armies of roughly about 1,000 points each, give or take in some cases, and a great start to collecting Warhammer 40,000. That'll give you 9 fully viable combat patrols with the existing rules to play the combat patrol game mode, and then also roughly 9 1,000 point armies or the better part of a Warhammer 40,000 big 40k army. So we're not sure what the actual price is going to be or the official launch date in the United States, but doing the calculations with the UK prices, we found that there's roughly about a 25 to 30% discount over MSRP for the regular subscription and about a 30 to 35% discount over MSRP for the premium subscription. So if we assume that that's also going to be the case in the United States, we can assume that in the United States it's going to come out to roughly $22 per issue or about $2,000 total. And with our $2,892 price tag of MSRP value in this set, we're going to be saving somewhere around like 30 to 33% over MSRP value. Not to mention that the actual combat patrols themselves already include about a 25 to 35% discount over MSRP. So realistically, in the United States, we're going to assume that we're going to spend about $2,000 and we're going to get about $4,000 MSRP value. That's going to give us about a roughly 50% savings over MSRP for the Combat Patrol subscription service, assuming you purchase the premium subscription bundle. So I gotta say that doing all these base calculations and then also taking into account that you can typically get about a 15% discount when purchasing Games Workshop products in the United States, also taking into account that some of these combat patrols are no longer available and some of the best deals have gone away, I honestly think that the Combat Patrol subscription service in the United States is a phenomenal deal. I am definitely super excited for this subscription service. I'm going to be picking it up as soon as it's available. And I think that for somebody out there that's looking to dabble in a bunch of different armies, specifically interested in these factions or just getting a really nice deal for some models to paint up, somebody looking for a bunch of models, a bunch of supplies, and a monthly delivery of Warhammer straight to your door, I think the Combat Patrol subscription service, especially the premium version, is very intriguing. So let me know what you think of the Combat Patrol. Are you excited to get a hold of this magazine in the United States? Have you purchased any of the Games Workshop third-party subscription service magazines before? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products. And make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.